So yesterday, Swamp Thing debuted on the DC Universe streaming service, and the question is, does it suck? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. As always, if you're finding my channel for the very first time, be sure to click that subscribe button. So yesterday was the very first episode of the Swamp Thing on the DC streaming service. This was a series that I was very much looking forward to. Titans, Doom Patrol, Swamp Thing, Swamp Thing, Young Justice, and the Harley Quinn animated series were the three things that I actually subscribed to the app for. And then they gave us like all these comic books now, which is great. I love having the entire library of the DC comic books on that app now. Like, I'm just going through New 52 Aquaman, like it's great. It's so good. So Swamp Thing debuted yesterday, episode 1, and the question is, does it suck? Titans? It sucked, man. Titans was awful. There was a couple episodes that were good, but overall, as a season, it wasn't good. It was up and down. They didn't know how to tell that story right. Nothing paid off at the end of the season. Doom Patrol came around, and you guys can check out my pilot review of Doom Patrol. I'm singing that show's praises. I'm like, oh man, this show, like episode 1 was so good, so good. Like, you guys gotta watch Doom Patrol. Then episode 2 came out, and I'm like, it was good. And then episode 3, episode 4, I think I'm out at this point. So now Swamp Thing has debuted, and this was a show that I was looking forward to, like I've already said. And that's because I was a big Swamp Thing fan as a kid. I watched the movies. I watched the Wes Craven movie. I watched Swamp Thing Returns. I watched the animated series. I was a fan of Swamp Thing as a kid. And I was really looking forward to this because I wanted to see Swamp Thing redone, but redone right, taken with care. You know, have it be more serious. And when I found out that James Wan was producing this thing and Len Wiseman was directing the first episode, I was like, all right, I can't wait to see this episode. I can't wait to see this series. I think it was amazing. I really did. I love this episode. It's the only DC streaming service show that I watched an episode twice. I watched Swamp Thing twice. I watched it, went to bed, took a nap, got up, watched it again. And I really enjoyed it even more the second time. I like how it feels so authentic. It feels so real. Where you look at something like Titans, and we keep complaining, well, the costumes don't look good. Yeah, Robin looks fine, but that's not my Starfire. What's going on with Raven? Beast Boy looks silly. You know, and then we get over to Doom Patrol, and it's very cheesy. Like, Cyborg looks like, I don't even know. You know, you got Brendan Fraser's robot character, who I think is a great character, but he looks ridiculous. And we get over to Swamp Thing, and it's much darker, and it looks more realistic, and it looks like it was handled with care. And there's like some real shit going on. Like the first opening to this episode, shit goes down. People get killed. And then this girl gets like this disease in the swamp, and they're trying to investigate all this stuff, and something's going on behind the scenes, probably with that fucking mayor, and something goes on, and then we get the creation of Swamp Thing at toward the end of the episode. I'm like, man, this is exactly what I wanted, and I didn't even know I wanted it. It was like, you can see where James Wan inspiration was in it. You can see where Len Wiseman, how he directed this episode. It felt like something Len Wiseman would direct. And I was just like, I was fascinated with this episode. I thought it was a great episode, to make me ask questions. It's like, oh, so what's going on with this chick? And why is her mom upset with her? And what's going on with this girl dying now? And then you got this mystery with chemicals in the swamp, and then the mayor, and like, there's so many questions I want answered now. And I think that's what really brought me in. Whereas in Titans, we were leading up, and then the season finale is like, oh no, we're gonna ask you more questions. We're not gonna answer any of those questions. So I'm kind of worried about that. I'm like, I hope they answer my questions and not just end the whole season like, oh, you're not gonna get answers to that. I hope they don't do that. I really do. But I thought this first episode was really good. I really enjoyed this first episode. I highly recommend people go check it out. It's a much darker, grimmer, horror-like episode compared to like Doom Patrol and Titans, and hopefully they can keep it up for the next 9 episodes and start answering all those questions and not just kind of stretch it out for the sake of stretching it out. I don't understand why Titans had to be 13 episodes. I don't understand why Doom Patrol had to be 13 episodes. You can do these in 10 episodes or less, cut out the filler, and answer some fucking questions, Jeff Johns. I'm looking at you, you motherfucker. Well, guys, that's all I got, but I highly recommend Swamp Thing. I think it was a great first episode. Hopefully the show keeps up with the momentum. And that's all I got. So be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.